In this lesson, we're going to be discussing Indesign's rulers. If you'd like to follow along, go under the File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, select 0302, Making Rulers Measure Up, and just click Open. Once again, I'd like to mention the beautiful images in our sample layouts are from www.photospin.com. Let's get into rulers. First, how do you turn on and off the visibility of your rulers? Well, the easiest way is a simple command. Command R on a Mac or Control R on a PC, R for rulers. Another way is to go under the View menu to hide rulers or show rulers. It toggles back and forth between show and hide. Another way is to go to the View Options pop-up in the application bar across the top of the document window. And you can see it says rulers, and they're checked because they're currently on. Is there a way to change the origin of your rulers? By default, a spread starts at 0, 0 in the upper left-hand corner and goes straight across horizontally to 17 inches if I have two 8.5 by 11 pages. So there's one ruler per spread. But I wonder, is there a way to have a different ruler on each page? Well, if you right-click on your ruler, you can choose Ruler per Page. And you can see on the right-hand page at the gutter, it starts at 0 again and goes up to 8.5. Another way you can have the origin of your ruler set up is, let's right-click again, Ruler on Spine. What would I ever use this for? Well, let's say I was working on a layout where the left page and the right page are mirror images. Well, this might be very helpful because it will allow me to see, for instance, the right side of this image, if I had the mirror side over here, would be the same number as the left side of the image when it's on this page. So it's kind of a back and forth that starts at 0 for both pages at the gutter. Makes it very easy to do mirror layouts. But is there a way to actually change the origin of the ruler entirely? Well, first, let me go back to my defaults. I'm going to right-click on the ruler again and go to Ruler per Spread. What if I didn't want the 0, 0 point for my spread to be in the upper left-hand corner of my document? Well, what I can do is in that little square where the two rulers come together in the upper left, I can click and drag my rulers to anywhere. I'm going to snap them right to the upper left-hand corner of my margins on my spread. And you can see that the 0, 0 point is now at that upper left-hand corner of my margins and continues up across the spread. A lot of times when people see this configuration of their rulers, they've done it by accident and they can't figure out how to get the rulers back to the defaults. Well, it's actually quite easy. All you have to do is double-click on that square where the two rulers come together, and it's going to go back to the defaults where the 0, 0 point is that upper left-hand corner. Is there a way to change units of measure without having to go into preferences, which we mentioned in a previous lesson? Well, if you right-click on either ruler, you can change the units of measure for just that one ruler. So if you change it for one, you have to make sure that you right-click on the other ruler as well so you can change it for both. Or else it might get rather confusing when you go into a dialog window and some of the measurements for horizontal, let's say, are in inches and the vertical measurements are in picas. We're going to continue talking about the basics of layouts in the next lesson.